So there's a lot of people being defrauded on threads or on commission sites. Well, not VGen obviously, but on Fiverr or whatever, where they need to get book cover artists, right? And people have been scammed by AI. And I believe that this author is actually straight up lying about her experience being scammed by an artist, because some things don't make sense. And I think that she thought nobody would look through it, but I'll show you guys here today what I'm talking about and we'll go over it. So you guys just relax and let's talk about Missy Castillo. I think that's how you say it. So pick up your pen and let's go. Now I came across this on accident. This just popped up in my feed and I was like, let's look it over. So it says here, I'm an indie author and I've been unknowingly using Gen AI art. I am so incredibly sorry. I did all the right things. I checked socials, references, got progress images, had revisions done. I commissioned 14 pieces of character art for my series, used it on marketing banners, prints, and all across my branding, and went to war for this artist when people had things to say. I'm probably out $2,000 total. I thought I was doing all the right things to make sure my books, my brand, and was representing only human art, and now I just feel nauseous. Readers deserve better, and I let the community down. If you purchase my book with character art, I am issuing you a refund on the art. Please send me a DM, and I will give you an email on where to send your receipts, and you will be squared up via PayPal ASAP. I'm so sorry, fellow indies, be careful. I doubled down for this artist. I was convinced by what I had been sent, but clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. This is only for my safe for work character prints. Please do not direct any ire towards any of the other artists I've used. I ask for your patience while I scrub my platforms and brand all of my references. Again, I'm sorry. For those asking, her Instagram has been deleted, and she's located in the Philippines, so suing isn't really an option. I filed a claim on PayPal, but it's unlikely to see anything. That's okay. I'm more upset that I was repping this art so hard and selling it. Thanks for everyone who was so kind and offered words of support. I expected this post to be eviscerated. I received so many messages offering free art to replace these images. Thank you so much, but no, your time and energy deserves to be paid, and I can't in good conscience take advantage of you like that. I will not be commissioning anything else for the time being. I have a lot of trust and I feel like I need to rebuild first, but I'm confident I can do it. So there's people who have given her the benefit of the doubt. But they're like, you have nothing to apologize for. I hate AI. You really looked up to this artist. You really looked hard for them. And I really love this. Girl, I'm hardcore anti-AI, but I know sometimes shit happens. You did what anyone would do. You owned it and apologized. Unfortunately, the second I saw you only paid $2,000 for it all is when I believed without shock that you paid for AI-generated art printing. Work that has to be done by professionals takes hours and hours, and $2,000 doesn't cover it. Okay, so when I was going through this, there was someone who, I don't know where, so there's this one comment that I can't find again, but there's too many comments here, and basically someone's like, their artist, in quotations, is in the Philippines. I don't know if you guys have ever commissioned someone from the Philippines. So I have. I used to get a lot of commissions through Facebook before I started using VGen, and a lot of Filipino artists are really, really, really cheap. And someone said in the comments that the amount of money that she would have to give back is like almost 5 months worth of income, which is the equivalent of an American having to pay $30,000 back to a person. That's just not realistic. This is what made me kind of go, that seems really suspicious. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna look into this person a little bit, just for my own curiosity. So she says she went to bat for this person, but she's only been around on on threads since September 9th. And none of these posts have the person in mind, and no one's saying anything. No one's talking about it. This artist is basically invisible. So I was like, is this artist even real? But I was like, how much AI was used? Well, we know that her profile picture is AI because when you look at, what was it? Wait, she changed it. But it was AI. It was a picture of, hold on, let me find it. This was on her Patreon, but this was her former picture. When people called her out for using AI as her profile picture, I kind of thought that was weird because most people, I feel like getting profile pictures, I know people do it, but I feel that that's a weird thing for an author to do. I'm not saying authors can't. I just feel that it's weird. I'm more likely to believe that she went and just generated it and just decided to use it. If you guys are enjoying this video, if it isn't too much to ask, if you could go over to my Patreon and subscribe so you could see my full res art and all the stuff that I love and support the channel, that would be super awesome. There's 2 tiers. Anyway, back to the video. So then we go over to her page here, and I want to go over this thing here that she's talking about.
So I'm an indie author, and I unintentionally commissioned generative AI character art, and we are going to talk about it today. Today I found out the character art that I had done for Dex and Cleo and Dex by the Fireside for my first book, Bound in Flames, is actually done by generative AI. I had reached out to my artist to make some tweaks on some more character art for the next book because we're wrapping that up as we speak, and they basically came back and said that they could only do cosmetic changes, blah blah blah. Along with a lot of other red flags, I ended up asking the question, is this using generative AI? And there was no answer to that. So since then, they have deleted their Instagram account. And I'm out quite a lot of money because I commissioned 14 pieces of art from this particular artist, who was very lovely. So we need to talk about it. And I don't really know how to talk about this. I'm still shocked and angry, very fucking angry at this person. Because not only are they doing something that I'm so staunchly against, but they're also, this is representing my brand. And I went out of my way to try and make sure that this was never going to happen. We're looking at social media handles. We're looking at artwork that they've done previously to make sure there's an evolution of their art style. Because one of the biggest, indicators for AI art is they go from pretty average drawing to suddenly incredible, right? This is something I was very aware of. I checked references from previous people that they had done smaller art commissions for. I was checking the art as it came in, and there were some small things that are little red flags, but no art is completely perfect. There are some small imperfections on some of my NSFW art, and I know that that is absolutely hand-drawn. And I'm pretty angry. And I'm not really sure how to handle something that I tried to make sure was never going to be a factor for me. So anybody that bought Bound in Flames and also purchased either the PR package or the signed book and the art package, I'm going to put my email down below. If you can send me a copy of your invoice or your receipt from purchasing that through my website, send it to me. I'm going to send you a refund for what that character art cost, because none of us are paying for this art. I've lodged a claim through PayPal, but probably at this point it's been over 12 months, so that's probably gone. And it's on all of my author marketing, which I'm now trying to figure out how to solve that problem. So going forward, I'm only using artists that are recommended by other indie authors or people that I personally know. And I just want to warn other indies that sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you're looking for these problems, they're still gonna find you. It's been a day, and I am not really sure where to go from here. I had art lined up for the second book I now have to figure out what I'm gonna do for that. Thank God it's not my amazing cover artist. She's incredible. But it's very frustrating. Like, it's frustrating and disheartening that this is my brand and I'm trying to do the one thing that I love, which is to write. And this is not uncommon. Like, this has happened to quite a few authors, and I have tried so hard to try and vet these artists to make sure that this doesn't happen, and it just, it's still happened. So if, like I said, if you purchased a book from me and received the art, reach out and I will figure out how to square up with you on PayPal, because I really believe that you don't deserve that. As a reader, you don't deserve that. I don't deserve that as an indie author, but it's my responsibility to make sure that I'm vetting these people appropriately, and apparently I didn't do a very good job. So be careful out there. It's hard, and I'm not just gonna like brush this under the rug and pretend like this never happened, because we need to talk about it. And it's just costs so much to produce a book, and you still have people preying on especially indie authors with nobody to really help them navigate. And yeah.
So after this, I thought, who is this artist, and where is the information on this person? Because if she vetted this person, then that means, by how she said, that means that this person had an art history where they had an account that was pretty old, and they could look through their styles over time and see how they changed. And if they went from something that was super amateur to super high quality, and she said that she did that with this artist, right? But then the thing that makes me suspicious is when you go to her Patreon, right? She already has on her Patreon, she's still using the AI image that she I'm assuming that she's going to say that she had this person draw it. But I don't believe that's that, because I just don't think that. I just don't believe it. It's just really, it's an impossibility. I believe that she just did it herself and uploaded it herself, because that is the easiest. Because when we look at her collections, right? Sorry, not her collections, her like membership stuff. It still uses the same thing, and it's the same on her TikTok, because I checked that too. And she uses it still on her Linktree, so it's still being used across the board. So I believe she just generated this image herself, because I feel like, doesn't it seem weird? I feel like that's something somebody who uses AI would do. I know some people get profile pics done. I've never commissioned a profile picture myself. Usually if I want a profile picture, I'll just go find one online. Or I'll just use some of my art. But I know some people do commission them because they like their account be aesthetic. So I don't believe that she paid for that. I believe it's just an image that she generated. But over here on her Patreon is where I went to see, like, who is this artist? She has to mention them in passing, right? But when I looked over her Instagram accounts as well, she doesn't tag any people. And I find that weird. She doesn't link to anybody. It was the same thing that Milo Winter did. Speaking of, I'm going to have a video about him. So I wanted to look over her Patreon, and I'll show you guys what I found. So she has this page here, and this is a coloring page, right? But it's clearly ChatGPT, give me line art. It could also be the Nano Banana stuff too. But you can see where there's like weird little things, like right here. It's missing, I can't zoom in, damn. It's missing a part of the lip here. It's like the finger doing this tangent stuff. We're not here to look deep into this drawing, because, well, deep into this work or whatever, because I already know it's ChatGPT from how it looks. So she says that I wanted to share the next coloring page in the collection by the lovely Mira. So I'm like, oh, so this is the person. This is the person she has to be talking about. So I scroll more and I see this, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. That's also ChatGPT. It has that piss filter, man. And down here, she actually, this is the thing that makes me not believe her story, okay? It says right here, oh my god, I'm obsessed with her already. I love this art. Who's the artist? And it goes, Mira Mali Rin. She doesn't have socials as an artist. an absolute crime, but I commissioned her for a bunch of work after getting some fan art from her, hoping she finds the confidence to follow her art because it's truly incredible. And on top of that, here's a freebie. The freebie art in question is just more ChatGPT. And I find it weird that she puts her name on the image. Isn't that a little weird? Like, if I was going to put anybody's name on an image, I wouldn't put my name on it unless I drew it. I would put bound by flames, maybe written by, and then artist by. But there's a little bit too much AI on here. And she doesn't have that much on here to begin with. I'm sure that, and she doesn't talk about the other people. Like, there's just, I would love to see what's here. Can't see it without paying for it. And I ain't paying for that shit. I ain't paying for that. And she said she paid for it more than like 12 months ago, so she can't get any kind of refund. So this book came out March 31st. And when I looked at her TikTok, it had her TikTok where she was finishing it on like January. So it is roughly a year prior. But she also has stuff on her website that's also AI stuff. Like, here, let's look at this. I feel this is old AI too. This is like, I would sooner believe that this was crayon. You guys remember crayon? That shit was like crayon. I believe she put a forest, because this is the AI shit before. This is like old AI shit. This is like 2022 AI shit. Like, this is not even Mid-Journey. This is like really old. So and then when I was looking at, like, she's offering a refund to people who purchase the bundle, and she's talking about the character art in the bundle, right? So I wanted to like show you guys the bundle, because I just have some feelings. I have some feelings about it. So she had, you know what? She has it on her TikTok. We're gonna go over there. All right, so these are AI. Those whatever these stained glass things are definitely AI, because when we look back at her store, right, you can see it kind of. Like, look, if you look, go to the website and look. These look like complete dog shit. They're complete dog shit. So I'm like, all right, so there's also the not safe for work stuff. I know you guys can barely see it, but this to me doesn't feel like AI. I feel like this is this art style. And I feel that this person's probably I feel like, I'm not saying they're an amateur. I'm just saying they're like a mid-tier artist, probably like myself, because they clearly have some idea on folds and hair and water and atmosphere, but at the same time, the hands are weird, you know? So she said herself that the not safe for work art she got had issues, and that's how she knew that it was probably like real artist. And this one is a completely different style. So and these look like right here. I know you can't see me pointing. I'll just circle right there. See that spot? That spot, I think, is a bunch of Clip Studio paint scrolls, like, put all over the place. Because when you look at this too, you can see that looks like shit, that looks like shit. So I'm like, what is the AI? What's the AI character art that she's talking about? But when you like look at this thing here, I'm like, what is she talking about? What is this? She has all this stuff, and I think the AI image that she talks about, I believe that it has to be this. I don't know why there's something I don't know what she's giving a refund for, but it has to be this picture here, because that's the only thing that has character art on it. The other stuff is just random shit, fucking flower, maybe the flower, but it's hard to tell. Where is the flower? Oh, there it was. This, I mean, it could be that flower, but she has too much shit going on. I think she just wanted to be one of those artists. I think she just wanted to be one of those authors that gave like money for stuff. I think that's what she wanted to do, because I'm getting the vibes. That she's full of shit. And just for information, I went and I did research that artist, Mira Mali-Rin. So she says that her artist is Filipino. Mira Mali-Rin does not sound like a Filipino name, and I know that there's people who probably live in the Philippines that have different names, but I'm finding it hard to believe that it's not like made up. It sounds made up. It sounds like complete and utter fiction to me. Because as I was looking up the name, like, Mira could be plausible for the Philippines. It is used as a given name, and I mean, it appears in places from what I was looking up, because I was able to find people name that, but the word Mali is tag-along for wrong or error. So that's like, I don't know if I believe that someone would name their child that necessarily. And Rin is not common for Filipino naming things, because it sounded like it was like Korean or Japanese to me. And it's like, I feel like it was invented. So I feel like this person she's talking about who scammed her out of $2,000, doesn't she seem a little lukewarm milk toast about losing $2,000 to AI? That's the part that gets me. God forbid I did that. Like, God forbid I ever paid for like AI content and then I posted it all over my stuff. And she says 14 pieces. So these 14 pieces she's talking about, I believe, is that background, her profile picture, those two other pictures, another picture that's on her Instagram. It's this piece right here. And nobody, she says that she went to bat for this person, right? So I maybe in DMs, but I don't see any messages on any of the AI works that say, hey, this looks like AI. Her account has almost as many people following me as I have following them. So we're about the same account, and she hasn't been on that long either. 40 weeks, like less than a year, and she's got 800 something. So she's been on posted, and I feel people are adding her now because of the controversy. But I feel like let's kind of look. So we have the one that's on her page, and then we have the second one that's right here. The second one that's right here, right? And then we have this image again. That's 3. Her profile picture, that's 4. Let's see. What else did she use for marketing? Maybe this thing down here. I feel like I should run it through an AI thing. I'm going to just do it. I'll be right back. So here, I posted this here, and it says straight up that it's not likely to be AI. So this, I already felt that this was hand drawn. So what is she doing? You know what? I'm gonna check. Hold on. I'm gonna check synth ID. Well, it says the same thing. I feel that this is I feel like this is just normal art. So I'm not sure who. One of the pieces in the bundle is not right. So I showed you guys the evidence. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this person is lying? Oh, well, before that, and please subscribe to my channel, damn it. I'm trying to get to 15K. I know you guys are watching. Just follow, just do it. Press the button and turn on notifications. Okay. Anyway, I'm not sure which piece she is trying to give people money back, like refund people for. I don't know what her plan is for that, because it seems like all of it might be a little bit look like a lie. A little bit, tiny bit, baby bit lie. But I think that she's done this for like engagement and hopefully like twisting it, because there are resources for finding artists if you're like a bookish person. There's lists on there. All you need to do is just type it into threads. There's definitely people that are out there that can do your stuff, and I understand that she went to a Filipino artist, but I don't believe that she spent $2,000, because the amount of money that is like $30,000 in US money that she was gonna try to refund. She seemed too happy to me in getting scammed. I feel like the happiness is her duping us. And you know what? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking shit. Maybe I'm talking a little bit of shit, but I'm feeling this very sketchy, because she hasn't shown any receipts. She hasn't shown which pieces. She hasn't shown how she found out, because she said she had people coming to her and she went to bat for this person. But I just think that the name is made up. The person's not real. She says she made up a story that they don't have art socials, but how did she get commissions then? How did the artists get commissions then? She says that she got this person because they sent her fan art. Fan art she's never posted. If someone made me fan art, if any of you guys made me fan art, like of my characters, I would probably post them somewhere. Maybe on my Patreon, somewhere. And I would link back. If I was gonna post it, I would link back too. But she is weird about linking back to her artists. Like, she doesn't name them. She doesn't talk about them. The only person she talks about is that Mira Mali Rin person. And that person appears to be fictional. And all the freebies are also AI generated. So she could just be lying. and giving those freebies away. Because why would you pay? Like, doesn't that seem dumb? Like, why would you pay whatever you paid for? Like, hold on, let me see. Let's do the calculation real quick. She said she spent $2,000 divided by 14. You guys gotta see this. It's too fucking stupid. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'. No way. No way. No fucking way. If she, like, if that's really the case, she did not pay for her, she generated under, that's shut the fuck up. Okay, Mira Mally Rin, also known as Missy. Kill me. I'm sorry, this just put this whole thing. So it says that she technically paid $142 per piece. I feel like I need to go talk to a Filipino artist. All right, so I am back, and I would ask a few people who are from the Philippines about what they thought. Some people thought, well, one person thought that it could be a real price range because of during the quakes and typhoons back to back kind of thing. But the other person I talked to kind of said that it seems like it's an awful lot for 14 pieces, and it was the type of pieces. So it's also back and forth with Filipino people too. So it's really hard to say. From what I've looked around, me personally, I couldn't find any. I went and I looked in those Facebook groups again to see, if there was such a person, and I really couldn't find anything because you can find people who've posted there before even if their account is deleted. I went and I looked there. I just really didn't find. I just didn't find anything that proves this person is real. And like I said before, I think what this person is going to have to do, Missy, is that you're probably going to have to show some receipts to prove that you paid for 14 pieces of art in quotations, because I find it a little bit hard to believe you, especially when it's like, well, they deleted it and they just so happened to delete it the moment that you called them out. If they were making $2,000 off of just you, I find it hard to believe that they would just delete and walk away, because Moth Dusky made, what was it, like $28,000 off of like AI generated images that they just painted over or just traced over. So I don't believe that someone who would get like what is the equivalent of $30,000 within a year over in the Philippines, I don't believe that they would just delete their account overnight. I just don't believe that. Even if it was an AI person, I just don't. I think they would just say that you're lying, and even though they already got proven, they would just ignore it like most people do when they get called out, and they try to exist, and then eventually they do have to delete their account or figure something else out, like Felly, if you guys want to go look at that person. That was an artist who had been like plagiarizing for like 10 years and using AI. It's like ridiculous. But anyway, please tell me what you think. Do you think this person is lying? Because I have a feeling this video is going to get back to them. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But if it does, I expect them in the comments to try to clarify. And you know what? If they show me something that makes me feel like this person's reality, then maybe. But I don't believe your list of things that you went down to vet this person was real. I just think you use AI and then you just pretend it so you can get engagement for your book. And I get it, but that is a grift, ma'am. You're grifting. And I appreciate the grift sometimes because that's really smart of you. But there's other people who everyone believed you wholeheartedly. I just can't. You have too much AI on your shit. Too much AI shit. And you paid for 14 pieces? Where's the rest of them? I only counted like 4 or 5. And if they're not safe for work, either way, it doesn't matter because you don't have 14 pieces in total. And you need to start tagging your artists, okay? Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe, go over to my Patreon, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.